Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow down 20, Nasdaq's up 12, S&Ps are off $1.50. Gold's up $5.60, trading at $1,281 an ounce. Silver, $19.41. You get platinum at $14.23. Bonds, we have the 10-year down 3 ticks at a rejected lower price once again, trading out at $125.29. 30-year just wants to go topside. 30 is up 13 ticks at 140.15. King dollar on the move again, up 157 at 82.36. The euro is down 36, trading out at 132, and the yen is out there at 103.91. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, what do you have? You have a sideways market. We know we have light volume. We've had light volume for quite a while. Cash S&P right now, folks, is 1990.22. What's going to get really interesting here is that on a weekly, if in fact we close below the 1991.39, what that would set up is that it's a close call, but it would set up a failure in the S&P, meaning that you got up to that high, closed underneath it. I've already calculated the volume. The volume is definitely shorter. We're not going to get the kind of volume we'd need in 1 hour. So that number on the cash S&P is going to be important to keep your eye on. If we go over to the SPY, the SPY, we take a look at the SPY. What you have with the SPY is that the SPY is at 199.43, and the SPY would have to get down to this 199.06. What happens with the SPY, however, is that the SPY, and that's why you keep your eye on the SPX, the SPY pays a dividend. Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow. What you have with the Dow is this Dow flat market out here today, down 10 bucks, no big deal. NASDAQ Composite. We go over to the Composite. We take a look at the Composite. She's up 14 points. We're at 4546. The Composite looks like it's going to, this is going to be pretty wild. Just you talk about anemic each and every day. Now, if you happen to be looking at the screen, you're going to see this L is beside the Composite right now. The volume, that means that it is the lowest of the year right now for this time of day. But the way that this is working, meaning, you know, I basically keep a pretty good eye on this. It looks like it would still come in that at the low, you know, because we have 52 minutes left. We're at 990. That would be saying it's going to come in at about 1.1350. And that's if they slam it at the close, meaning that they get some juice going at that close. Gold contract. We go over and we take a look at gold. What we have with gold out here is this. Gold contract traded down to 1274. We're at 1281. We did 84,000 contracts. This is 1281. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. So watch how this shakes out. Gold itself has held its day of strength, which is on the 19th of June. 19th of June, we did 225,000 contracts. It got slammed good yesterday. Comes down yesterday with 145,000 contracts. Today, you didn't get to that low, but you have lighter volume, you have a Friday happening, and they couldn't destroy gold. That's great, folks. Now, in order to get higher, what you want to see in the gold contract, which I'd love to see coming into the close, and we're right at it. This is what's really wild. It's 1281.30, and we're at 1281.10. And what that is that is the swing point that was established on July 31st. You get back inside that swing point, guess what? Your probability goes higher that you're going to go up to the 1312 before hitting down to the swing low that was out there on June 3rd, which is that 1241. So we'll watch that coming into the close out here. We go take a look at the silver contract, and what had happened with silver yesterday is that where gold couldn't hold price, silver rejected lower price, did it on lighter volume, Silver, again, did that today. Now, what silver has to do, we're at 1941. Silver has to get back inside 1987. And 1987 on silver is the June 19th day of strength. Bond market, we go take a look at the 10 years first. What you have with the 10-year is this. 10-year traded down to 125.19 today, rejected lower price, did it on lighter volume. It's at 125.29. That 10-year bond just wants to do a ABC structure on the way up to 128. The 30-year bonds, what we have with the 30-year, they were amazing, actually. The 30-year just wouldn't back off, period. They went up. They're up 13 ticks. We're at 140.15. That is on the way to 142. King dollar. We take a look at King dollar. We have a King dollar on the move again, top side, 30,000 contracts. King dollar got some juice into it, not only this week, but she's got some follow-through, too. That's a lot of volume, folks, contract-wise, inside that dollar index. So right now, I suspect what the King dollar wants to do is that we take this and you put it on a continuous contract. You look at it on a lot larger space. What you're going to see is that the swing point that it's going for now is up there at the 84.50, 85 mark. And what is so cool is that the King dollar has been building cause since December of 2011 for a higher price. So it's certainly been building cause for quite a while, and we'll see just how fast and, in fact, can it take that level out. Now, let me show you something, because this is where this gets really intriguing about King dollar. First, I'm going to put this, I'll show you the retracement first. So if you're in the car, I'm going to explain what we're looking at here. The longer-term aspect on King dollar, the A to B equals C to D, is a very large one. And where I'm going to bring you back to is May of 2011. And, of course, we're at, August of 2014. Time just flies, baby, just flies. So the A point on this, when you do it, is 73.50. Your B is 84.25. So I'm going to ballpark it at $10. So you get $10, right? Your C point is 78, which gives you an 88, which, in a context of we're talking, 3 years, that very well can happen. That context, okay, so if that's what we have happening, what you'll see is that when you get to the 85 level, that's the B point of an ABC structure on the way up. And if, in fact, that's what we have happening, this is going to be a straight line move. And straight line moves, folks, amazing, okay? Now, in the context of that straight line move, A to B equals C to D, we're dealing with an 88 swing point. We're dealing with an 88 price projection. Well, the swing point, when we bring this back further, that we haven't been up to, that I expect that we do want to get up to, is the 88 and 89 level. That was the high of the dollar in 2009. That was the high of the dollar in 2010. Okay, so now we're going to lay this out, because this is really cool when we lay this out. If this is an ABC structure, and that's how we do it, what that would also do, that would be the end of the move. Because A to B equals C to D, that's a very large ABC structure on the way up. So what that would be saying is that dollar would get back up to 89, wouldn't break it, could spike it or something, wouldn't break it though, it would start backing off again. It would not have to back off all the way down to the, to the lows, but it would back off. And in that context, now let's go back to the gold market. So in that context, and this is why I'm going through this as I'm going through it, because this is also helping me in the aspect of where I think gold is going. So in that aspect, gold itself is held very well for the surge in the dollar thus far. What it has to do, it has to make it through, number one, the dollar wanting to go to 85. Now, if the dollar going to 89 and gold holds, that absolutely is going to be a miracle. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. We'll continue going over the gold dollar right now. Dow Industrials down 9, Nasdaq's up 14, S&P's are flat. We're going to be right back.
The The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads. We've just launched one of our best Tiger Dollar sales ever. Right now, you can get a 40% bonus on any Tiger Dollar purchase through Sunday, August 24th. That's right, a 40% bonus. If you're a current subscriber, then this might be the easiest 40% you can make all year, and if you're thinking about subscribing, then get your Tiger Dollars now with a 40% bonus. They never expire and can be used for any TFNN product or service. For all the details, visit TFNN.com and lock in your 40% Tiger Dollar bonus today. You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing. Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials right now down 15. Nasdaq's up 3. S&Ps are down 2.5. We take a look at some of the commodities out here. You have sugar off 2%. Let's see, where crude oil is down 0.5%. We're trading out at 93.57. You have gasoline off 0.5% at 2.73. So the gasoline is really a trip, no doubt. If you've been filling up lately, it has gone down dramatically. They found their ladders on the way down here. There's no doubt about it. And the way that gasoline is set up, let's put gasoline up here for 1 second. So the way that gasoline is set up right now, it looks like to me that we could actually go down to 250, I believe. Yeah, 250 is the number. So right now we're at 273.50. It's on a counter trend bounce. You know, we had come down from it went down from 307 was the peak this summer in June. 307. This is wholesale. We're talking 307 to 263. We've bounced now to 273. ICE, the setup on ICE can bring you on a bounce to 281. And we'll see. Let me put some volume behind this. Yeah, and oh, this is really sweet, actually. You talk about going up an anemic volume. Watch this. So today, yesterday we did 32,000 contracts. Today we did 15,000. It's hanging at the highs there. On the way down, we were dealing with 59,000 contracts. So bottom line, the force is still downtown. I do expect you're going to see some kind of a little bounce here, little bounce higher, about another 8 pennies. And then you could have a very large ABC structure on the way down. The way I'm getting to 250, by the way, folks, is that the trading range was 275, going up to that $3.307 level. Once you broke that, we broke that with conviction. We broke it twice, too. First time breaking it with conviction was in August 5th. Second time was just vicious. Second time was August 14th. So what you do have here is that the gasoline wants to go to lower prices, which, of course, is great for everyone because let's go right over to the crude oil contract. So crude's trading at 93.56. And crude, this is wild. Yeah, you get close today. Yeah, this is okay. It's 93. That's $12. 93, 83, 81. CL1. Let's see what's at 81 because the way crude is trading right now is crude has 81 in its sights. We bring this back. Yeah, that would make sense. You got interesting. So the bottom of where we've been trading since 2010, folks, is this. Your swing points are actually 75 and the bottom 77 and 85. Your highs out here have been 114. 114 was established in 11. You had 110 in 2012. We had 112 in 2013. This break here is a decent break, though. This break here looks like it's going to, yeah, $77. So we'll see if we get down to that $77. This thing, as we go back to that dollar index again, it's gonna. This dollar movement higher is the kicker as to how these commodities are going to react. The real key, of course, is that why is the dollar moving so dramatically higher? You know, my take on it is that you know, when you look at bonds, when you look at the rest of the world, do you want to own the euro right now? No. You want to own a peso? No. You want to own the yen? No. You know, the dollar is the strength. So now what would that do to our large multinationals? What that's going to do, and it'll do very quickly, is that things will get expensive. For us, going overseas, inexpensive. For companies doing business overseas, it gets very expensive. That's when it cuts to the chase. If we go take a look at some of the high-volume stocks in a low-volume market out here, you have Bank of America flat, Salesforce is up 463. We'll take a look at that. Dynegy is up 242. You had Geely Science up 181. Inside the regulation area, this is where this gets really interesting. Good old, if you want to see, let's see. BRK, I'll pull it up this way. If you want to see how the press relates to different companies different ways, all you have to do is see how the press is relating to Warren Buffett getting fined. So the world's greatest investor could use some help with his record keeping. In the past 2 weeks, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway said it missed filing deadlines for investments in Dow Chemical and wallboard maker USG. The later resulted in an $896,000 penalty. Buffett, 83, has boasted for years about running Berkshire with a shoestring staff and delegated responsibilities to the heads of operating units like Geico and Railroad, the BNSF. Yet the mistakes raise questions about whether his management approach is suited for an era of increased regulations. The bottom line, folks, is that Buffett, you know, his PR is absolutely fabulous. He's almost like the Teflon deal, because where Buffett should have absolutely got subpoenaed is his reinsurance outfit in 2008. You know, the guy that was running it, I think, is still in jail. They threw him right under the bus. And that's the bottom. You got to look this up, because when I was reading some of this, it was like, you got to be kidding me. And they had a phone call with the CEO of reinsurance and Buffett. You know, so it gets interesting. Listen, it's the way it goes. Period. You can see that in the aspect of the amount of fines that are getting done and how they are getting done. Period. You know, inside the business, that's absolutely what would you call it? Pocket change in the aspect of operating. That's what it comes down to. Some of the Dow stocks out here. Let's go take a look at some of the Dow stocks. You have Caterpillar right now down 61. Oh, I know. Here, so check this out. Let's go to the XLF, because this is important. It's just what we're talking about. Because Berkshire Hathaway, folks, is the highest weighting structure inside the XLF. Now, the XLF, this is what the XLF did yesterday. The XLF got over swing points that I was trying to get over. That's 2307. Now, as we come into the close out here, that number is important, okay? It hasn't hit that today at all. But I'm bringing it up because in the aspect, if in fact it gets under that 2307, and you do get a close there, that's going to be a huge failure. Particularly because it got over there, had some force when it got over there. You know, so coming into that close, that's going to be important for the S&P 500. The XLE still has no traction. The XLE still wants lower price. Today it's really a sideways move. It's down 59 cents, but that's a sideways move. But what you did have is a small expansion of volume already. We did 6 million shares thus far today. Yesterday it was pushing into highs with 5.5. It's actually pushing into a downdraft out there of 17 million. So coming into this close, it's going to be subtle coming into the close, no doubt, because it's going to be a flat market. It's a dead market. You're at highs, but how we close is going to be really important on a weekly basis, not on a monthly, but of course next week we're going to be on that monthly basis. Dow Industrials right now are, let's see, down 20, Nasdaq's up 11, S&P's down $1.50. We're going to bring it back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Andy Heck's powerful weekly newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials right now down 26. NASDAQ is up 9. S&Ps are off 2.5. And don't forget, folks, as you're over at TFNN, this is the last time that, for about 6 months or whatever, that you can get a great bargain on the services at TFNN. We have the Tiger Dollar sale going on. It ends this Sunday night, and you can make 40% on your money. The way that works is that you buy $500 worth of Tiger Dollars, you get $700. You buy 1,000, you get $1,400. You buy 2,000, you get 2,800. So the minimum is 500, the max is 2,000. If you do have services at TFNN right now, a great way to make 40%. Or if you're getting it in the future. You go to the front page of TFNN, and you'll see it right on that front page. As we come into the closeout here, volume-wise, is going to be absolutely, I suspect, the lightest volume of the year right now. We're at 332 on the NYSE, and on the NASDAQ, we are at 1 billion. That's pretty amazing at the NASDAQ. So we'll see where the rest of this does shake out. Now, let's go over to the XAU and the HUI. The XAU and the HUI, which is really cool if you happen to be in that metal market, have not reached their lowest swing points. And that's pretty amazing, actually, because gold has been under pressure, basically for about a week and a half. Longer than that, but the last week and a half. So the XAU right now, we're at 99.57. Your swing point on that XAU is at a price point of 97.05. So, and that, by the way, has some. When we went topside, and let's see the June 19th area, when we went topside, you can break it down. They can break it down. There's no doubt about that. We know how that shakes out. But you're going to have to get some real juice going. You need, in fact, when we came down, 2 days ago, it actually had the most amount of volume. That's when the XA went from 102 to 101. That was 36 million. Yesterday you did 26 million. You're going into 38 million. The HUI, the Gold Bugs Index, we take a look at the Gold Bugs Index. What you have with the Gold Bugs Index is you are at 238.68 right now. That swing point is down there at 231.34. And so that swing point right there is going to be pretty tough to break also. Inside, if you want a story, this is a great story, folks. If you happen to be in, well, hey, listen, just being in the markets in general, a story that you want to Google is this. If you Google, and this is a disgusting story, by the way, but you'd want to Google it just so you can see how dirty, basically, the resource business is. And what the story is about is this, is that in Zimbabwe, the guy that's running Zimbabwe, right, he basically, if you've been following it at all, okay, there's been the Civil War, all these people have died, and then there's two different, there's one guy that was running against him, and they can't seem to get it together. But, and if you remember, in fact, I had a couple folks here from Zimbabwe a long time ago, and they were friends of Larry Pesavento's, and they had brought the bills with them. And this is when inflation was running like at 5,000%, some outrageous number. Well, the hedge fund, this is a large hedge fund, and it's a fund that's set up overseas, but it's an American that's basically behind this hedge fund. And they first were accused of running Noriega's money. Okay, that came out, I don't know, about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. And the hedge fund's public now, and that pulled back at that point. The story today, though, and this is a Bloomberg story. So what you want to do is you want to pull up platinum. If you Google platinum in Zimbabwe, the story will come up. And so check out what the story is. This is a 16. And what it is that the dictator there was almost down the tubes. And what ended up happening, and the country itself only had $100 million. And then what ended up happening is that this fund, well, the fund is being accused of right now. This is how it's laying out. The fund is being accused that they have another offshore fund that's set up in London, is that they made a deal with the government of Zimbabwe, and what the deal was is that they would give them $100 million to get the rights for all the platinum mines, because there's a lot of platinum there. And you got to read the story, folks, because the disgusting part about the story is a lot of disgusting things, but what you're going to gather out of it is how certain things do get done. And I know, and in this particular case, what ended up happening, it looks to me like the funding got the government stronger again, and more people died, and it's about resources. And then they placed out the resources. They haven't, the thing that's really wild, and this is something to always keep your head wrapped around too, is that when you're dealing with folks like that anyway, I'm not sure whether they've made any money on the deal, because the story's 28 pages, and I've only gone through 15 of them thus far, because this thing just came up, well, probably came up earlier today, but I just saw it. So what has happened is that then the government turned around, came back, and grabbed some of the mines back after they had the money. But the gist is that it seems like there's always someone out there that is willing to get in the middle of dictators and finance them. And in this particular case, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because right now, what is happening is that our government is going after that fund. You know, and it started, they went going after the fund really, but you can see how long it is for Noriega versus, you know, so it's like, man, how long does it take to get someone? I mean, it's like bizarre. But anyway, the key there is that how cheap did they buy the assets, platinum assets, and of course, I expect what you see around the world now, it's oil that gets pushed out beyond belief. There's a story in the Journal today that's pretty amazing, too, about oil, about this little oil platform that is pushing out huge amounts of oil. And they figure that, no, it's really just stolen oil. That's where they're pushing it through. 877-927-6648. Coming into this close is not going to be much, folks. That's the real bottom line. And next week, so let's pitch this. We got to look at this calendar for a second. So you have Labor Day, and what will happen is this, is that there's no two ways that the day after, well, it's not the actual day after Labor Day. Yeah. The market really gets traction, meaning one way or the other, meaning up or down. You're talking about September 3rd. Because Tuesday after Labor Day, there's not much action going on. People are still coming back. You know, coming into next week, you have, hey, we'll see whether there's any action. You know, the highs that are out here right now that have been generated out here, they seem to be, and the S&P, there's just not enough juice there. Let's get to Bill in Chelmsford. Hey, Bill, what's going on?
Hey, Thomas, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. You having a good day?
Yeah, it's beautiful. The sun's clear, and it was raining earlier, but now it's clearing off.
Oh, sweet, man.
Yeah, getting ready.
Good.
Hey, the happy day, because I'm in Gilead Sciences. I'm in that 88.66 for 1K. The thing has been exploding up to, I think roughly this afternoon, high 103s or low 104s.
Yeah.
But when do you see this thing taking a breather?
Okay, so let's take a look at this. I'm going to put this on a monthly for a second and see what we have.
Yeah, it's going Guns N' Roses because of that Sovaldi Hep C drug. That's has a success rate of 95 or better.
I know. I would just stay right there for a second, man, because this is. Now check this out, folks. This would really be bizarre if there's an ABC structure up on a monthly, but it looks like it is, man. It's close. It's a close call. Where the problem is on an ABC is this, Bill, is that.
Yep.
The B point would be 84, but it's like, man, then it came down with volume. And so what's supposed to happen with an ABC structure, folks, is that you go up with volume, you go back with lighter volume, you go up with volume again. Now, it didn't break a swing point, so I know when they don't break swing points, it's like, okay, it didn't talk, walk, or squawk. And it did take its swing point out with volume. So it's like, oh, my God. So because of the expansion up is like, is this really a 60-point ABC structure on the way up? And I think it is. That's what it looks like. So your A point is 24. Your B is 84. So you get $60. Your C is 60. So it's probably $1.23.
Wow.
So the way that I would trade that, I mean, you see, the way I trade it, October 29th. The way you can trade is just keep bringing up that stop, man, because you have breathing room to October 29th before at least, their numbers come out.
Okay.
It's
all right.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Nice trade.
Thanks, Thomas.
Great trade, man. Dow Industrials right now down 40. Nasdaq's up 7. S&Ps are up down 4. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman wave sequence. Using the Chapman wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders, take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials right now off 36. Nasdaq's up 7. S&P's are off 3.5. And don't forget, folks, at TFNN every trading day, 8 o'clock in the morning to 6 in the evening. We got live content for you. You can get all that content right on your cell phone. TFNN.mobi. That gets you all the audio. If you'd like to get Tiger TV, go to TFNN.com. And on the right-hand side, you're going to see Tiger TV right there. Just hit it. You'll get Tiger TV, which is the video and the audio. Coming into this, well, here, let's go over to Europe first. If we go over to the UK, we take a look at the UK. UK out here closed flat today, 6,775. The DAX in Germany, this has been up and down every day, about 0.75%. The DAX was down 62, trading out at 9,336. We'll see whether the DAX, had come down about 1,000 points, broke its swing point from March 14th, and the March level, folks, had already broken the February level, and that February 5th level is still our benchmark. So it's going to be intriguing watching how the DAX can trade on Monday and Tuesday, because ICE is higher. ICE, meaning that what you can bounce into is 95.82, which is up there quite a bit. I couldn't handle higher price out here today. We'll see whether it's building some cause to get up into that higher price. We take a look at Royal Gold, RGLD, just to get an idea of the context of the gold market itself. And Royal Gold, Franco-Nevada, came down in volume yesterday. Right now it's 75.67. And yeah, I don't particularly like how this is trading right now. FNV, Franco-Nevada. If we take a look at Franco-Nevada, that's up 53. That looks a little bit better. That's interesting because what you do have is this, is that on a longer chart, meaning, Franco-Nevada looked worse than Royal Gold. One second, let me just pull this back and say something. Yeah, but you know what? That's right. Because when we pulled up Franco-Nevada, what's happening with Franco-Nevada is that has a high volume high that even after this pullback, it's going to go after again because it already broke its high with volume. It already broke that 61.60 with volume. So that indicates it wants to get back up to higher price. We'll go over to that U.S. steel, the steel market out here. That's been on a little roar, big time. It's up $1 out here today. We'll see whether it can take out that 38 level. Apple. Now, it looks like Apple on the week is going to close over its high. Apple is at 101.15, and I believe it's 100.72, which would keep it over high for the weekly. It's 100.72, right? And this is going to be on dramatically lighter volume, there's no doubt. But guess what? If it's over its high, and go to higher price. It's 3 billion shares. So watch. I think it's 2.3 billion, and it looks like we're going to do 700 million. So that's insane. But guess what? We'll see. It doesn't look to me like they're going to. No, there's no way. Well, yeah. Listen, it doesn't look like they're going to get it down another 35 cents coming into the close out here. That's the bottom line. Go over to that XLF once again. The XLF is closer. Yeah. See that the XLF is definitely closer. That it's 23.07. That you're looking at the XLF. And these tests are a trip. So the XLF just went from 23.14 to 23.10. And this morning at 11 o'clock, we got to the 23.09. 23.07 is the number, though. You close into 23.07, guess what? That'll be a failure. The thing that's amazing is that when you are up at higher highs like this and higher swing points, that you're still dealing with pennies for tests, for failures, for all of the above. So the XLE, that can't get traction. That, no doubt, you get ExxonMobil is down 78 cents, Chevron's off 83, you get Apache down 129, Halliburton is off 86, you get let's see, where's Schlumberger? Schlumberger's down 45. They're all just about down. Inside the financials, you get JP Morgan is up 2 cents, you get Bank of America down 3. Morgan Stanley is up 48. We got American Express down 24. Let's go to AXP, because AXP, folks, wants to break out to lows. It has taken basically a decent beat, and it just went from 98 to 88. But what's sticking out like a sore thumb is this monster August 1st low volume high. So your A point on this would be 96. Your B is lining up at 85. You got a 11-point ABC structure, which could get you down to 78. And 78 is laying out. 78 would be breaking the lower swing point. And this is another equity that absolutely has not retraced at all. This is an equity that went from $9.09 up to 96. 10 bagger. Amazing. 10 bagger. That is pretty intense. There's no doubt about it. Coming up the next hour, we get our man, Mr. Dave White. We're going to be growling a problem with you out here. We take a look at the small caps. Small caps right here, the IWM. No traction out here today. 27 million shares. If we take a look at the actual indice, the Russell, right now is at 1192. 1162. And that 1162, there's no juice in it. And one of our traders, Jay, thanks, Jay. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. So it looks that S&P cash is going to be under that 199.1.39. You got that? You got a failure. And I'll get you that whole volume characteristic coming right up into the next hour. But it's anemic. Actually, this is pretty amazing. This is going to be a mind blower. I suspect we get 2 minutes. Well, you get more than 2 minutes left because you can trade about 10 minutes into the Dow. But right now, the Dow's at 381. I suspect that's going to. They'll put 100 million into the Dow in the last few minutes. But that is anemic beyond belief. You get the Nasdaq at 1.2. That'll end up at be about 1.375. So in both instances, the Nasdaq more so. Well, no, they're both, because what you have is that the Nasdaq is pushing to higher highs. The S&P is at highs. When you're at these levels and you want to go topside, meaning you get a break topside, it's going to be a valid break. What you get like what you got in the dollar. You get wide price spread, you get accelerated volume. And what's interesting about the dollar, too, folks, a lot of this has to do, not a lot of it, but people want dollars across the world. But I was just reading this article about Argentina and what's happening. Inflation's raging in Argentina, and so in Argentina, they're going at the dollars in a huge way. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back with our man, Mr. Dave White. Dow Industrials, right down 37. Nasdaq's up 7. S&Ps are off 3.5. We're going to be right back. Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. I got our man, Mr. Dave White, with us, a technology expert at TFNN. And bottom line is that when we were hearing that when I was hearing that the weather was cooler in Boston at night, I'm saying to myself, hopefully it's going to come down to Florida. Well, folks, it hasn't. The sun is so intense right now. It's pretty amazing, isn't it?
It's going to be 97, 97, 97 all weekend.
Yeah, pretty intense. Let's take a look at one of our cards. This is by Robert Blout. Remember that there's part of life which you are the explanation. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow down 38, Nasdaq up 6, S&P's off 2.5, gold contract up $5.90. Now, if we take a look at gold, and we do this on the daily or the weekly, what you did have, and this is a close call, folks, okay, and it's about as close as you can get within pennies. So we are at 1281.30. Your sign of strength and your benchmark is the June 19th area. The low of June 19th, that's where we had wide price spread, accelerated volume. We went from 1277 to 1322. We had 225,000 contracts. Now, We backed down into that area. We did it yesterday, and we came in with 145,000 contracts. Today, we're at 1281.30, and this is a trip. So it's 1281.30 to get you in the higher range. And we're right at it. It's like, can't you do another penny, another dime? Okay? So that's where the call comes in, folks. You actually want to really be inside it. We're at it. It's like, okay. So you're going to make another run for the low that was established out here on Thursday. The way it's set up, more than likely we are. I like how the XAU and the HUI is set up, though. It's actually bizarre that the XAU and the HUI haven't broken the lower swing points.
I have a question for you quickly.
Yeah.
You thought yesterday, as most Fridays, they sell off. Now that it didn't sell off, now you're thinking that little premium built in for the weekend, we're going to see that hit first thing Monday?
I think we're going to just get a test there. I don't like it when you close so close to it. You know what I'm saying?
But to me, you thought it would go down, probably close like 12.75 today, right?
No. I thought that if they had a shot at whacking it, they're going to whack it on a Friday.
Okay.
Not that it was going to happen.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But what happens probability-wise that on Fridays they can kill it. Okay. The positive thing is they didn't. That's a positive, and that's particularly positive because the dollar went topside again. The dollar was up 187 ticks, and they still couldn't whack it. Silver, what Silver did was cool also. You had Silver turn around and test the lows of yesterday, reject them. What Silver has to do, though, and this is where Silver broke down on price, Silver got under its day of strength from June 19th. That's when Silver went from $19.94 to $20.99. And when you're under that, when you're under it, you got to get back inside it. It's just like being on a different floor. You get on that different floor, and it's a problem. Bonds just continue to basically go topside. The 10-year out here, again, rejected lower price out here. Did it with lighter volume. We did 1.3 million contracts. That is going into 1.8 million. Pretty amazing, isn't it? That's a 10-year. I know. But when you look, and we talk about this every day, but you can't talk about it enough, really, because the whole world continues to think bonds are going down and interest rates are going up. But if they go up, folks, and if I bring you across the rest of the world, it's like they're already high. They're high in the aspect that how much money people can actually make in our bonds versus other bonds in the world.
The other argument that I hear is, of course, we're still the best in a beauty contest of unpretty people, right? So we're still going to be we're head and shoulders better, even though it's ugly.
Well, I don't think it's too ugly. Look at you. You're looking pretty good. We're having a good time around here.
I'm talking about bonds. I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about bonds.
Yeah, but
we're the best looking in a bad neighborhood.
But the aspect of the fundamental analysis behind that would be that there's something wrong with the economies because bonds are so cheap.
Yeah.
And the more that I keep looking at this, technically they want to go higher, but the more I keep looking at it on a fundamental basis, it's like, hold it, no. Why do rates have to be higher? They don't. They don't. They just don't. And it's because, folks, it's because of the amount of money that is in the world right now just chasing yield.
Right.
And it's just not the United States, it's everywhere. Now, and this is where the kicker comes. When if you happen to be looking at my screen, you're seeing all these rates. Well, from number 20 to number 29, every one of those do business except one in the euro. And then if you go over to the euro, if you invested in those bonds at a cheaper rate, the euro's got croaked. So you've lost money hand over fist, and you've made money hand over fist if you're European buying our bonds, because the bonds go up and the dollar's going up, and you haven't lost money.
So if we're looking at just a move based on the dollar, you're looking for the dollar to go back up to, at least the dollar index go up to 84?
Yeah. And probably when I did it...
So that's another 1.5%.
And realistically, the dollar could be an ABC structure on the way up to 89.
Right. But you're thinking at least 84.
I'm looking for 84, 85 right now.
And that would take you down to your goal of 2.25, right? Or even lower?
I think, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're 2.4. The 10 years at 2.4 right now. If you want money off a bank, folks, go get it right now. Because a 30-year mortgage right now is at about 4.
I can't remember what company I heard it. Maybe you knew this morning that got like $5 or $6 billion in bonds, and it was, and I forget which company it was, but they got it like some ridiculous rate.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Do you remember what company that was?
I don't, but you know, we'll hunt it on the break. But there's no doubt that right now they are pushing huge amounts of paper out. And, you know, we'll see how that does shake out. Let's go to Terry in Orlando. Hey, Terry, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. How are you?
Doing great, man. You having a good day out there?
Absolutely. It's as hot over here in Orlando as it is over there in Clearwater.
Oh, it's hot, man. And what happens down here, folks, and this is what you can appreciate, too. The sun, isn't the sun is so intense, you know? It's so intense that it's like, whoa. Because what happens, folks, at night, when the sun goes down, it'll get like 4 or 5 degrees cooler. And I know you're probably saying, big deal. Well, 4 or 5 degrees for us is huge.
It's huge. If you just stand in the shade, it feels like air conditioning.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Right. Other people have dog days. We have big dog days.
I like that. No doubt, man. What are we going to look at?
Well, I can't remember how many months ago, I was listening to Dave one night, and he talked about Intel with the 14 nanos deals on the chips.
Okay.
Nanometer,
so you know, hey, let's jump in. That was about 23.
That's nice.
Now I'm sitting on 1,000 shares at 34.95.
Yeah.
I'm wondering about selling options on this, either puts or maybe a 35 put, or I don't think I want to do a call because I think the pressure is on the way up. What do you guys think about that?
Oh, okay. Well, this is going to get fun. Okay, so first, if you're going to watch this, folks. Okay, so let's rock this in. So we have Intel. You're at 34.94 right now. I have it on a monthly, and your next swing point 34.40. 36.78. Okay, so watch how you do. Okay, so your next higher swing goes all the way back to 2002, and it's 36. And that's 2 pennies up. Okay. And the volume there is 1.1 billion, and we did 800 million last month. Okay, so now just keep 36 in mind, right? Because I'm going to, okay, so then let's go into the option market for a second. So if we go into the option market, and
I'm talking about September.
You want to sell a spread?
September.
No, I just want to sell. I just want to see about selling one put maybe in September.
Okay, you stay right there. We'll wrap our head around it. We're going to be right back. We get Terry from Orlando. Dave White, Tom O'Brien, appreciate you growling and prowling with us. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Come right back.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. We've just launched one of our best Tiger Dollar sales ever. Right now, you can get a 40% bonus on any Tiger Dollar purchase through Sunday, August 24th. That's right, a 40% bonus. If you're a current subscriber, then this might be the easiest 40% you can make all year. And if you're thinking about subscribing, then get your Tiger Dollars now with a 40% bonus. They never expire and can be used for any TFNN product or service. For all the details, visit TFNN.com and lock in your 40% Tiger Dollar bonus today. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dave White, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling us out here. And don't forget, folks, this is the last weekend that you can make 40% on your money at TFNN. That's the Tiger Dollar sale. The way this works is that you can buy 500, get 700 in Tiger Dollars. You can buy 1,000, get 14, or buy 2,000 and get 2,800. There's no expiration date. They're good for all services at TFNN, and they're totally transferable. You don't have to get even numbers. They're just the way we have it set up. The minimum is 500, max is 2,000. You have until Sunday night to get these. We're talking with Terry. We're talking about Intel right now. You know, Terry, what you have here is this, is that you have a stock that, you know, is in a nice range, there's no doubt. The aspect of selling a call would be not bad, but there's not a lot of premium in it right now. Like a 36 September would only get you 30 cents. About $300 for, you know, 1,000.
Right. That's why I was looking at a put. A $35 put is between 32 and 34 cents. And then my hope would be that in the end or the middle of September it would be above that, and the call would expire, or the put would expire.
Yeah. Do you know what the IV on that is right now?
No, I don't.
Yeah, but don't do that. That's way too...
I mean, I don't know what the short position is.
It's not so much a short position. There's just selling the put. Okay, if you're going to sell a put, sell half your stock right now. That's what to do. Because if this thing comes down, okay, you know, this thing can fill the gap, you know, at $28. So you're going to be, if you sold the put up at that level, you'd be stuck with 2,000 shares. So you'd be into it for 60, for 70. The first one, well, this is, folks, we're going to walk through this because this is sometimes you can make these mistakes, and this would be a bad one. This is what it is, so watch. You're up 10 grand right now, okay? If you laid a position on like that right there, what would end up happening is that you're scaling in at the very top. And all that has to do is go down. If it went down, oh my God, if it went down 10, you'd be out 10. So you see the leverage that you're putting on that?
Yeah, the risk reward just isn't there.
No, it's not.
Now, part of that is, at least my theory, would be that you've got a VIX under 12 right now, right? I wouldn't be doing anything but buying options right now. I wouldn't be a seller of options with a VIX under 12. I want to sell options when, the VIX is 30, because most likely they're going to crush and you're going to get all that premium back, right? There's no premium on the bone here for you when you've got a VIX down this low. You want to be normally under 12. I want to be buying something like that, and normally when the VIX is extremely high, then you want to be a seller of options. It's just too low here because there's no money. There's no meat on the bone.
Yeah. Okay, good stuff.
But I did want to get into the fundamental look at Intel, and they've gone to that 14-nanometer technology. Microsoft also has made a deal, and that is that any computer that sells less than $300, they don't pay Microsoft the $45 for the licensing for Windows. Okay, so you're going to see all these computers come in under $300 and probably over $500 or $600, and there's not going to be a whole lot in the middle, right? Because at $301, they're paying $45 for the license for Windows. So it doesn't make a lot of sense.
So the company will still get Windows, but if they sell it on $300,
Microsoft doesn't get the cash.
Okay.
So what's happened is Intel's made a bunch of chips to really go after that low end, and these are older technologies, but with the very power-sipping low, small size, the 14-nanometer. So you're going to see them probably have a fairly good fall in these $300 chips, even though they're probably not like selling the big processors that go in the servers. They're going to have a fairly decent business out there. So it's going to be real tough for me to see how they have a terrible fall, right, and come down. There are a lot of other stocks that look like they could probably have a much larger downside than Intel over the next 4 or 5 months. So I would be kind of reticent. Can you live with a trading range between 35 and 32?
Yeah, sure.
I think that's what you got. I mean, you're sitting, what you've got. You've got this high volume day out here, which is the June 16th pop, right, with 27 million shares. And that gap got tested with 11 million shares, right?
Right.
So to me,
and I think my current stop is around 31, so might nudge it up a little bit.
Yeah, you probably want 31.50. I don't think you want it filling more than half that gap.
Okay.
But I think you're just going to see this thing bounce around probably for a while between 32 and 35.
I'd take 5,000. I'd take 500 shares off.
Not a bad deal.
And put $5,000 in your pocket, man. Go bring your wife to the Ritz.
All right, or buy Tiger dollars.
I'm telling you, man, I do it. $10,000 is $10,000. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, so you're going to make another $10,000 on it? You might, but guess what? If you take $5,000 off, so pitch how this works. If you take $5,000 off, right? You take 500 shares off. You put $5,000 in your pocket. What's going to happen then is that you're interested for 24. Oh my God, 24. That means the stock has to go down to 500 shares. It has to go down to like 14 before you lose money.
But if you get my point on the upside to this, and that is that they're going to have bigger revenues but smaller margins. And that's going to be tough to get the stock going a lot higher. If the margins were going to expand, I would kind of think that there's a whole lot more upside to this stock. But that's going to be the problem. You're going to have revenues, but margins are probably going to pull back a little with these cheaper PCs. Okay?
All right.
Okay, man. Have a great one.
Right.
Have a safe one.
Good.
Hey, you know what I did today, Dave?
What's that?
I bought a Galaxy S5.
Whoa! Did you get the armored one, or did you get the one that is just the waterproofed one?
I used the waterproof one.
Okay.
And the reason being, I was looking at the armored one, right? No, so the armored one you have to get overseas now anyway.
You can get it here, I think.
No.
Maybe not with your carrier, but I think you can
No, you can't.
You can't?
You can't. No,
Oh,
that's the Alpha. That's the Alpha one, right? Because I looked at it. But what happens with the Alpha one too is that the Alpha one, the camera's not as good,
right?
So I looked at it. I says, no, I'm getting it. So I would get it Monday.
I just like the armored one because it looks tough.
Oh, but listen, I know. But the other side of that is that what happens, you put a case on them anyway, right? But I like the idea of it's water resistant and dust resistant.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. And it has the bigger screen.
It is. It's pretty hot puppy. So you just got it?
I'll have it Monday.
Okay.
I went and looked at it last night, and then I ordered it today.
Well, you know, they're going to be rolling out the Note on September 3rd, which is the giant phablet. And it's almost going to be, like 6.5 inches. So it's almost a total tablet.
Well, what I did, when I went to the Sprint store, and I looked at that, too. They had that down there, right? And then what happens with that also...
It's too big to put in a pocket. But
the camera's different, too.
Yeah.
It seems that the S5 has it off what I want. Because I really use it as a computer.
It is a super phone.
Yeah. Yeah. You stay right there, folks. Dave White, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us. We're going to be coming right back. Dow Industrials finished down 36. NASDAQ up 6. S&P's off $1.50. We're going to be right back.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
you take a hands-on approach to managing your investments. And whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at directionshares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Well, excuse me, folks. Welcome back, folks. Dave White, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. And right now, we get a slide up that's saying Hollywood and Silicon Valley, right?
Right. Well, we talked about a couple of TV shows that were coming, and basically they came out. Now, if you looked at the fall TV shows from last year, they had 24 or 25 pilots. None of them made it. Nothing new last year in the new rotation made it at all.
Okay.
And it's not uncommon to see a lot of these things go by the wayside fairly quick. But the historical version of which is Halt and Catch Fire, which is on AMC, just got renewed. It was kind of on the fence. That's about de-engineering the original IBM PC.
Okay.
Remember when Compaq had the BIOS and you had to get the BIOS chip and plug them in?
Right.
Well, what they did was did it in a thing called a clean room, which is on one side of the building.
Yeah.
They had people go through and try to figure out how the chip worked.
Right.
Then they would write a spec.
Right.
And people that never saw it on the other side of the building would have to write it to the spec, so that there was no way that the guys on the left side of the building could ever be in court said that I saw that code and I copied it, right? So it's called clean room. One set of people never see anything. The other people see it, but they only write a description of how it's supposed to work. And Compaq took off because they were the first really to get that BIOS all done, put in the machine.
They had great computers, too. Who bought Compaq?
Dell, not Dell.
Gateway?
No, it was Dell. No. Compaq. It was Dell.
It was Dell. Okay. Okay.
Anyway,
whatever happened to Gateway? Are they still around?
Sort of.
That's crazy.
I think they've got like their names on lots of stuff that doesn't have anything to do with them anymore.
Okay.
But Silicon Valley, which is more of a comedy by the guy that did Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill, that got renewed. Pretty funny show. This one is a little bit more serious, The Halt and Catch Fire. But my point on this is, as these TV shows are out, we're going to see more and more people want to do startups and all the things that happen around Silicon Valley, because these shows are all about making millions, right? And billions.
Or is it we hitting another, a high?
That part.
It's the beginning of one, whether it's 2 or 3 years. No, I'm with you. Okay. Oh, thank you. Hewlett Packard bought it.
Right.
That's right. Hewlett Packard bought it. Yeah. Right. So gigabytes in the valley.
Gigabit. Internet in the valley. We've talked about Google putting gigabit fiber to your house in different parts of the country.
Right.
Funny enough, in Silicon Valley, you had slow internet service.
Right.
So they're finally, actually, AT&T is finally getting around to adding gigabit service exactly in Silicon Valley, where probably the most amount of people need it to begin with.
Okay.
But I think it still looks like Google could decide that they want to get it really into that fiber business, but it looks also like their plan was to embarrass these folks into offering it. And it does seem to, at least in a few places, start to look like these guys are starting to buckle and offer gigabit access. I've got fairly good with Verizon here, but it's nowhere close to gigabit. It's going to be about a fifth the speed, and it's still Fios down here is blazing fast compared to most places, like Bright House, which I think you have, and some of the other ones are fairly slow. But this is still 5 times faster than I have, and it's the fastest thing you can get from Verizon.
Fios is dynamite.
So they're very fast. But
so the great news is that, you know, whether it's 5 years from now, gigabit's going to go everywhere.
Right. But you're going to need it for this super high res Netflix video at 4K, right?
Yeah.
The biggest thing is that video going across networks is going to need gigabit, and we're really not going to have big adoption of these high resolution screens without it. So that is part of it. And it's nice that at least in the place where it's going to get developed, they've got it, right?
So the next slide is the best Musk business.
Elon Musk has got solar, he's got the Tesla cars, and he's got SpaceX.
Yes.
And to me, the best business he's got is SpaceX.
Right.
It looks like as long as he continues building these things and they don't blow up, it's a fairly easy to understand business. Well, it's so easy to understand that it is not it's the only unpublic part of his companies right now.
Is it? Interesting.
Right. But
and so what you have here also, folks, is that now this is where this politics and the industrial military complex works together.
Yeah.
Because it's Russia who Boeing and United Technologies buy the boosters off.
Right.
And that's Musk was trying to get into this business saying, I have them.
Right. And when the Russia cut them off, suddenly they now want a heavy lift vehicle.
Right.
And I don't know if you remember, but last summer we were talking about Jeff Bezos from Amazon going and fishing the Saturn V engines out in the Gulf.
Right.
So Musk has been looking at those and some of the other people because no one knows how to build those engines that big anymore. And they've been basically de-engineering stuff from 1960s to figure out how to make them. And these things have been laying on the ocean floor for 35, 40 years, yeah. So there's this whole circle of heavy lifting things. The Russians were doing it.
I'm telling you, man, I should have been a junk man. I like that junk.
But it is. But they raised $200 million, but that values that company already at $10 billion. And to me, there's a lot of risks with Tesla. There's a lot of risk in the solar business. To me, this is the easiest business because everybody's kind of gotten out of that heavy lift business. But they got the new capsules. They got everything else. And like you said, once you get those green checks coming in, that is where it's at.
And, of course, he's going to have to fight, tooth and bone.
He's fighting Boeing. He's fighting McDonnell Douglas. He's fighting all those guys.
Technologies. But, but I can see him winning that because
there's a reason why they value the company at $10 billion now.
Right.
And
more software to the gallon.
Right.
Okay.
Tesla, their new cars, kind of interesting that the car would get a software upgrade and have a bunch of new features. But probably the most interesting one this week is that if you have an iPhone, you can unlock the doors, you can start the car, you can do everything you need to do with your iPhone now. So there's really not even, if you don't breathe in key fob or the key anymore, all you need is your cell phone.
That's pretty cool.
Well, they are worried, of course, about hackers.
Sure.
Because once you get that, you figure out how to get through. So Tesla's even hiring hackers this week. They put ads in the newspaper to get hackers to go to work to figure out how to make their cars so that they're not so easy. You just walk up to a cell phone, hit a button, and you drive off in the car. There's no even hot wiring anymore, right?
No, and you can see that the security business inside the tech business is just not going to stop. It's going to get bigger and bigger, right?
That has got to be a huge part of anything in the future.
Right.
One of the stocks that's went from zero to the sky and back to nothing, FireEye, F-E-Y-E, was one of these stocks that actually is probably worth something. They just haven't figured out how to make money doing it.
Okay.
But it's a perfect company because they told Target that they were having problems, and Target just ignored it.
Right.
And that's why they got in all the hot water. But the company really has some interesting technology, but these companies continue to refuse to really pay for it. They just, if they run into a hacker, well, it was a hacker and that was it.
Yeah.
And I suspect it's going to take, but I'm looking at FireEye, maybe if you got some regulations that companies really had more than just paying the price and maybe losing a CEO, really lost some big cash, they may be forced into getting companies like FireEye in there and paying attention to what those companies are telling them about being hacked.
No, I agree. So check this out, folks. This is a trip. You hear about all these sites getting attacked at all continued times. Well, we have because we have so many servers, we have 2 different server farms. Now, in both cases, they're very large companies. One of them is owned by IBM, and the other one, I don't know if it's Google or Amazon, okay? But we separate them. And yesterday, I was saying to Tommy, I says, this thing's keep coming down, okay? So the bottom line is that we don't know whether it was our servers getting attacked or the farm getting attacked. Bottom line, what ends up happening is that our site came down, okay? And, Mike jumped on the phone. We got this other guy that is out in California, and they got it back up. But when I saw that, I says, this is amazing. Because when I was talking to Mike and Tommy, I says, okay, I just wanted to clarify, but it's an IBM. I says, okay, so it's not a small company that we have, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they got security in. Now I'm going to fast forward to this morning. So check this out. This morning, what I do in the morning, folks, is I get up early, but I work at home for about 2 or 3 hours because I have a whole setup there. So this morning, just come back from working out with Nico. Got the screens up. I got the TV on the back. And what's happening is that the TV goes down. My internet goes down, right? Now, it's a Bright House, but I have a backup because I got a FiOS backup, right, at home, like the cards, right? And I'm saying to myself, oh, man, this is crazy, right? And so I haven't heard yet, but I know in my neighborhood, Bright House definitely went down, right? Yeah. So I'm saying to myself, oh, man, I'm going to run to the ATM. I need cash. Right? No, but do you know what I'm saying? It's important. It's important. The key is, folks, important. Make sure you get some cash. Because in 2 days, I realized that, very quickly, we're vulnerable to a lot of attacks. Dave White, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
I didn't.
Andy Heck's powerful weekly newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dave White, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Don't forget, folks, Dave does an outstanding show each and every trading day here, 2 to 3 Eastern Standard Time. Also has a great newsletter, the Tech Insider. The way you get that, you come over to our website at TFNN. You go to newsletters, go to investment newsletters, Tech Insider. You can test drive that right here, right now. Now, as you're over at TFNN, what you're going to see just 2 days left to the end of the summer Tiger Dollar sale. That is where you can make 40% on your money. We match a certain amount. If you buy 500, you give you 700 of Tiger Dollars. You buy 1,000, we give you 1,400. There's no expiration date, totally transferable. If you have subscriptions at Tiger, at TFNN right now, great way to save money. If you're thinking of them in the future, also a great way.
This is over this weekend, so they got to act.
It's over. It's over.
It's over on Sunday.
Sunday night.
So I don't know what you guys are going to do, but you're probably going to come out of the heat. You're going to go into the air conditioning and sit down, and you're going to feel all that good cool, and you're going to go, now's the time. I got to go get those Tiger Dollars and make some money while the sun's shining.
Yeah, there's no
Monday,
doubt.
it is over.
Yeah. And the end of the, you know what's interesting is that when I was always in Boston, you felt like you started the fall at Labor Day, right? Down here, all the kids went back to school Monday, so I wrapped my head around it. But it's going to be really wrap my head around the fall when it's like 97 degrees out right now.
It is.
So, iPhone leaks. That's what we're looking at next.
We pretty much know everything that's going to happen in this new iPhone, because you can't make 10 million of something and have 100,000 people building it without somebody speaking, right? So we know that the iPhone 6 is going to have two sizes, a 4.7-inch display and a 5.5-inch display. It's unclear whether the 5.5-inch display will eventually get a sapphire screen. The 4.7 apparently does from manufacturing. Now, this week, we found out that they were having problems manufacturing these, and some people have been following GTAT, which is a stock that makes the ovens to make these.
I see.
And, of course, now since they fell behind, the thought was that Apple went to them to get a little bit more help to get a few more out there for the launch date.
Sure.
So the stock's kind of back up to $18. I think it went down to $13.75. But that is the company that makes these sapphire screens. And if you go on YouTube, you can find, just through Sapphire and Apple, you'll see this guy trying to break the sapphire screen and standing on it.
It's pretty cool.
And trying to scratch it. And it's going to be very good. But there's a play that I've been talking about in my newsletter. And you can, if you get the trial, you can take a look at it. But part of what I think is going to happen in the fall, you talked about getting the waterproof version of your phone.
Yeah, water resistant.
It's all going to be about how much more armored and scratch-proof and break-proof these phones are.
Right.
They're not going to get much faster in the processor. You've got probably the fastest thing on Monday that you can get. And even the new iPhones are going to have a new fast processor. But whether it's a quarter or a tenth of a second faster, probably not going to bother you as much as if you drop it in the water and ruin it, and or drop it and break the screen.
Sure.
And so this new sapphire screen is the same thing that they make sapphire crystals on a Rolex or anything else. You know, basically 10 times harder than glass, and certainly much better than Gorilla Glass and some of the other stuff. So the question is, when is, and I think Apple would have broken out of that high a little bit more, but all week long we were hearing these problems in production over there on whether or not they would get these out on time. And it looks like they're going to slip at least 7 to 10 days now, and that's kind of put a little damper, although I think Apple closed above its
it did. It closed above its high.
$100.72. Right. So it is going to be interesting, but you're going to see that apparently right now, at least everybody's saying only on the 4.7-inch version, which is going to be much bigger, of course, than their current version. So they're starting to get into that phablet business.
Oh, it makes sense. They're computers, man. They're phones are computers now. New USB cables are here.
Right. Now, another thing that new iPhone's going to have is this, finally they standardized the new USB cables.
Right.
Everybody knows that you can only put the USB in your phone one way, and you fumble one way and you fumble the other.
Exactly.
I actually used a magic marker and scribbled on mine, so I know which way is the upside, right? But it's not easy to tell, especially if I don't have my reading glasses on or something.
Right.
So this new one will allow you to put it in either way. It's also going to be much faster than the existing ones. Right now, you're basically limited to 3 gigabits a second, and the new one's going to be 6 gigabits per second. So it's going to be another.
Is this for all connections now? Is it
right? Whether Android, Apple.
Okay, cool.
This USB is a standard, and you'll get a Lightning to USB adapter.
Nice.
Already, they found these cables running around in China that will be coming with the new iPhone. But it just got finalized like 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago. So we haven't seen this in the Android community
when you say that, that's like all the manufacturers get together and say, okay, this is one cord, that's it, end of story.
Right. Now, everything from the mechanical features and how well the connectors have to apply to how well the cable is shielded. There's a specification written, and those cables have to meet that spec, right?
That's great, right. That's important, right.
Now, this is called a Type-C cable mount. So if you're looking in the future, just know it, but they finally have it.
Oh, this one's cool. Beacons are on the way. Check this out, folks.
We talked about this probably 6 months ago or 9 months ago, but iBeacons in the Apple iOS community have been kind of floating around, but they really haven't made it in the mainstream. Part of the problem has been their size. These things were about bigger than a hockey puck.
Okay.
Now they're getting to the size of slightly bigger than a stamp. They've been $100.
And what exactly do they do?
They are basically like a one-way transponder that when you walk within 10 or 5 feet of them, will send something like a notification, like a message to your phone. And if the idea is going to be you're in the store, you're walking by a big pile of sweaters, you stand there for more than a few seconds, it senses you've been there, and it goes, oh, these sweaters are on sale, right?
Like I could be walking by an Irish bar and say, hey, Tom, come on and have a black and tan.
Right.
Yeah,
it's happy hour, right?
Yeah,
okay?
right.
And now the problem has been these iBeacons have been selling for $100.
Okay.
But we're starting to see some from several different companies. I found this one today, which I thought was very interesting because they were sending it to developers, but $10 a piece. These things just bigger than a postage stamp, and they're going to last a year on the batteries that are in them. So
that's pretty cool.
You can reprogram them, but we're probably going to, now at this price point, we're probably going to see them go into retail this fall.
We're going to be getting bombarded, walking.
Well, there is a good standard in Apple. There is not a good standard yet in Android.
There will be, though.
There will be, but maybe not this fall. Yeah. So probably going to see it heavily in Android already. I mean, Apple this year.
Listen, folks, don't forget about the Target Dollar Sale. You get 2 days to make 40% on your money. And always remember, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it. Take ownership of our fly. And have a great weekend, safe weekend. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it, man. Go get them, folks.